Hey guys, Miso here. So we just got some amazing news today from Amazon and Smilegate about our concerns with Argos and, basically validating how we're feeling and also talking about some of the changes that they're going to make to improve our experience. And I would go over those with you right now, but I feel like a ton of people have already gone over that. So I'm gonna be skipping that part to spare you guys some time, basically. If you guys want links to the notes, I will leave them in the description below. But today, what I really want to talk about is kind of the results of what will happen due to this buff, let's just say. So we're getting a ton of materials for honing from events, from everything, from the extra Guardian raid fun thing that they were talking about. So they're basically just giving us a bunch more honing materials. But as a result, especially for those of us who are in tier 3 already, trying to make that climb to 1370, it's actually quite expensive, and they didn't provide us with one of the most important things that people are looking for, and that is silver. Now, let's go take a look at the honing merchant right now. So if we talk to the honing merchant, you'll see, well, I got one piece plus 15, which is great, so you don't see that here. But you're going to see that it costs 22k per hone right now for plus 14 to 15, and it costs similar as I was working my way up. It was like 15k, 17k, 18k, went up to 22k for the weapon. And it's a little cheaper for armors, but you have to do 4 or 5 of them, right? So it might not seem like a lot to you right now, but because the success rate of these enchants are usually around like 15%, 10%, they're extremely low, you're going to have to enchant these pieces of equipment a lot of times. And as a result, your silver is going to disappear really, really quickly. And a lot of people, including myself, I guess, sort of, I have a good amount of silver right now, but a lot of my friends have been having silver issues as a result. Literally, my friend went down to the point where I think he couldn't even repair his gear and Bifrost and things like that. So definitely don't let yourself get to that position, because Smilegate Amazon is going to be giving us a ton more honing materials, but they're not giving us any more silver. And I definitely don't recommend buying silver from the shop, that where you transfer your gold for silver. At the end of the day, gold is also such an important resource. You don't want to do that. So I've talked about this in the past before, but there are a couple ways that we can improve our silver situation, get more silver per day. And that's kind of why I was able to float around this 1 mil range, even though I upgraded all my armors to plus 14 and soon to be plus 15. So let's go over those. The first one, which I've talked about before, is going to be the Lopang Dailies, and this is going to be a super easy way to get silvers. Talked about this in the past, but what you want to do is you want to have your alts all have Bifrosts at the Lopang Daily locations. How it works is you go to Lopang Island, you finish the quest there, and then you'll have access to these dailies. These dailies is basically very simple. You go to Lopang Island, there's these 3 kiosks that you talk to. Once you talk to all 3 of them, they'll tell you to go to a certain location with an NPC and talk to them. Now, for me, I chose Vern, Arthentine, and I chose Shoeshire. And the reasoning for that is because they actually yield the highest silver value. So those are the 3 that you want to choose, and those are the 3 you're going to want to Bifrost. So you're going to want to set 1 Bifrost at Lopang Island in front of the kiosk, and then your other 3 Bifrosts over at the different NPCs at Shoeshire, Vern, and Arthentine. And you run these every day, and you get a bit of silver every day. It's not a huge chunk, but it definitely adds up. And as your character levels up in item level and tiers, the amount of silver you will get will also increase. Another source of income for silver that you're going to have is running your chaos dungeons. And this is very easy because you're probably running them every day anyways, but you should also run them on all of your alts because your alts will give you a good bit of silver when you're running them. And as of course the same with Lopang Dailies, as you get higher level, higher tier, higher item level, you will get more and more silver every day, eventually to the point where you should be able to sustain your silver expenditures for upgrades. And the third way that I would recommend getting silver is through cube. Now, as you're running your chaos dungeons on your alts, you're going to be getting cube tickets. And these cube tickets, well, these cubes will actually yield quite a bit of silver. So you might have 5, 6, 7 cubes saved up on your tier 1 alts. Go do them. And the great thing about cube is that if you stack up 3 tickets, you can actually do all 3 at once. So it'll do 1 run of cube, but it'll use up 3 tickets and give you 3x the value of 1 cube run. So that's pretty good. And you'll get a good bit of silver from that. Again, higher tier is going to give you more silver. And then the last one that I'm going to recommend doing is definitely taking a look at some of those yellow quests that you didn't do, whether as you were leveling up. I believe especially Punica has quite a few yellow quests that give silver, 20k at a time, 50k at a time, things like that. But this all adds up, especially as you get more characters at T3, you're going to be doing more of these yellow quests. So definitely don't miss out on that either. And that's about it in terms of, I'd say, the easiest slash largest areas where you can get silver. I know there are like a lot of one-time quests, like for example in Punica there is a another story, I think it's called, another story, a very old story that gives you like 550k silver or something like that. Definitely do that. But a lot of the recommendations other than the quests that I gave are going to be repeatable every day, so it's not a one-time thing. So be sure to do all that. Make sure you're doing that every day to keep up with the increased silver consumption they're going to have. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the sub button, ring the bell for notifications, and also leave a comment down below. Let me know how I'm doing. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.